Special thanks to Patreon supporter Godzilla King of the Monsters for making this tutorial possible. Hello ladies and gentlemen, Security over here bringing you another Minecraft Modern Warfare tutorial. In this tutorial we'll be going ahead and building the M119 Howitzer. The M119 Howitzer is the US designation for the L118 light gun, a lightweight British 105mm howitzer, also used by the United States Army. It can be easily airlifted by helicopter or dropped by parachute, and it does not need a recoil pit. The howitzer was designed and produced by the British Royal Ordnance Factories as the L118 light gun. In the L118 configuration, the 105mm ammunition is cased separate loading ammunition. The L118 entered service with the British Army in 1976 and is used by parachute and commando field artillery regiments. It saw combat during the Falklands War, where 30 guns in action fired up to 400 rounds per gun per day, mostly at charge super, the most powerful propellant charge available. The L119 is the L118 configuration to fire NATO standard 105mm semi-fixed ammunition. The 1987 agreement was reached to produce the L119 under license by the U.S. as the M119 to replace the M102 howitzer. It entered service with the 7th Infantry Division, Fort Ord, California in December 1989. Some improvements were made to produce the M119A2, expanding upon its extreme low temperature envelope, therefore improving both maintainability and reliability. The Army renewed contracts for the M119 to be produced by the Rock Island Arsenal Joint Manufacturing and Technology Center at Rock Island, Illinois into the year 2013. The 105mm M120A1 cannon was produced by the U.S. Army Watervelt Arsenal. The M119 is currently fielded with the regular Army and the National Guard Infantry Brigade combat teams, including those in the 10th Mountain and 82nd Airborne and 101st Airborne Divisions, and the 173rd Airborne Brigade Combat Team. Air divisions may be a mixed competition between Armor, Striker, and Infantry Brigade combat teams, with Armor having the M109A6 Paladins and the Striker having the M777s for their fire battalions. So yeah, that's pretty much that. The gun itself is still currently being used in bits and pieces here around the around basically the military in the United States military, I should say. And overall, it's just kind of a nice little light field howitzer. Overall, pretty cool build, and should make an awesome addition for any of you looking for a nice build to kind of incorporate into your worlds as a kind of small, simple artillery gun used by the United States forces, and even you can put this in with the British forces. So overall, pretty cool build, and we don't have really too much modern field artillery, so nice to kind of see a new addition to that front. Before we go and dive into taking a look at this build, I do want to go and give special thanks to Patreon supporter Godzilla King of the Monsters for making this tutorial possible. If you guys are interested in supporting the channel more, you already do, feel free to check out my Patreon page. Link is always in my video description, where you can go and put a small amount to the channel every month, and in doing so, earn a vehicle request you're choosing. It really helps support the work I do on my channel, is really greatly appreciated, so definitely feel free to check that out. Again, link is always in my video descriptions. With that though, let's dive in here to take a look at the gun. So getting started with, we have obviously the main gun here, which is obviously a 105mm gun. It goes back and it mounts up into here, where you have the cannon breech, and obviously basically would be the springs and all the recoil systems and all that stuff basically for the gun. It does have the wheels here, which allows it to roll. Then the kind of chassis that goes back, or the supports here for the gun, that lead back to this back plow, which helps kind of support the gun. Interestingly enough about this gun, it also has this deployable kind of stand that it sits on, basically allowing the gun to kind of be rotated left and right a lot easier, and all that stuff. I think it also helps lock it in place too, with some connections to cables and stuff like that, which help kind of keep it grounded and not requiring a recoil pit, as I mentioned earlier on. But overall, pretty cool little cannon. We also have a towed version, which will be coming out as a separate tutorial kind of right after this one, so to keep an eye out for that one if you are wanting a towed version as well. Basically, will work really good with any odd number wide vehicles. So that right there is pretty much our kind of in firing type position gun. Obviously, you could slant the barrel up a little bit if you wanted to have it look like it's firing as well. But with that, that's pretty much it for this overview. Let's go and move into the tutorial. Alright guys, so going ahead and moving into our tutorial. For our tutorial to go ahead and get started with, here we're going to place down 2 polished black stone stairs, which will be upside down like this, and then we're going to place down 2 more on top of those like so. We're going to place down a dark oak with top slab on this stair here. That's going to be kind of facing toward the back, so right here. And then forward of this, we're going to place down a dark oak with fence gate like so. We then want to place down a fence gate coming off this one, open it toward it, and then a dark oak with sign coming off the front there of that stair. Over here, we're going to do the same thing with our polished black stone stairs to make our second wheel. And we're going to go ahead and place a dark oak with sign here on the side of that stair as well. Once we have that done, on top of this section here, we're going to place down a daylight detector here. And we're going to go ahead and make sure that trapdoor does get closed back, so make sure that it doesn't remain open. And we're also going to place down a lectern right behind it like so. At this point, we're going to place down a dark oak with fence gate coming off the lectern, and we're going to have that opened up toward it. We then want to place down a block here in the center. We're going to place down a zombie head coming off the sides of those blocks. We can then delete that block there in the center between those zombie heads. We're going to go then place down a row of 2 blocks out to the sides here like so, and then we're going to place down 2 zombie heads coming off the sides of those blocks. Again, on both sides there. Same thing, we're going to delete those blocks. Then in the center here, we're going to place down another block here, a zombie head on both sides of that, and then we can delete that block like so. We're going to go then place down a polished dark oak with fence gate, open this toward the back like so. Dark oak with sign on both sides of the fence gate, and after that we want to go and then place down a dark oak with upside down stair coming off the fence gate. On the back of the stair, we're going to place down a tripwire hook, and then to the sides of the stair, we're going to place down a zombie head. After that, on top of this stair, we're going to place down a redstone repeater, separate the notches like so, and then a zombie head on top of that fence gate like so. We then also want to go and place down a end rod like this that goes above this section here between these zombie heads. And at this point in time, if you're on Java, we're going to go ahead and place down a block that kind of comes up from these skeleton skulls and out to the side there like so. And we're going to place down levers here on the sides of those blocks. We're going to go and then grab ourselves a debug stick by using the /give space @p Minecraft :debug _ stick, and pressing enter will give you this glowing stick. By going ahead and left clicking while crouched the lever, we get selected face wall is an option that pops up. By right clicking again crouched, it should cause it to go face to floor, and it will sit there on top of those zombie heads. By going ahead and left clicking the lever again, we get selected facing west. We'll go ahead and basically rotate this until it connects up to our end rod like so, and that will basically be done there on both sides like so to create that section there. After that is all complete, we're going to go and do the same thing over here on this side. So right here we're going to have a block that comes off the side here, a lever, and then we're just going to go ahead and left click this until we get selected facing, and we're going to go and right click this and rotate it around until it comes off that fence gate. If you are on a different version other than Java, you don't really have any good alternatives for this. You could put some zombie heads here on top of those ones for those instead of the levers there, but obviously using the debug technique here is going to be the best case scenario in terms of getting the most accuracy for that back section there. Anyways, though, continue on, we're going to then place down a dark oak with top slab across the space here, then a dark oak with sign on both sides of that slab. Coming off that, we're going to go then place down a dark oak wood trapdoor. Then on top here, we're going to place down a polished black stone stair like so, and then we're going to go and go 1, 2, 3, and 4 slabs forward. Then another polished black stone slab here. We're going to place down a dark oak wood sign to both sides of this slab, and we also want to go and grab ourselves a item frame. We're going to place down an item frame on the front here, and then a black concrete block in the item frame. If you're on Java, we can also place down a dark oak wood sign on the side of that slab as well with the item frame. If you're on a different version of Minecraft, you'll not be able to do that, so just go ahead and place down the item frame and disregard that sign. And then on the bottom of that polished black stone top side, we're just going to place down a dark oak wood trapdoor. Then going ahead and going back from this, we're going to place down a zombie head on both sides of this stair here. We then want to place down a green carpet, or actually rather a dark oak wood stair here, and then a green carpet on top of that stair. Then a green shulker box back from the stair, a dark oak wood button on the end of the shulker box, and then to the sides here, we're going to place down a dark oak wood fence gate to both sides, then a dark oak wood fence post to both sides of the shulker box. On top here, we're also going to place down a redstone comparator, like so. And then lastly, over here to the side, we want to go ahead and place down an item frame. That's going to come off of this fence here. And then we have that black concrete block right there in that item frame. And then a dark oak wood sign on the side of this fence post as well. After that's all complete, you pretty much have your gun built. Also for the base, to go ahead and add that on, we want to go ahead and start off by going ahead and breaking a 3x3 square in the ground right underneath the wheels like so. We're going to place down this green shulker box in the center, and then a green terracotta block around the sides there. We're also going to place down mossy cobblestone walls here in the corners. And basically this right here is going to kind of build that base there on the bottom of the gun. And that basically will be the base that allows the gun to kind of traverse and swivel and make it easier to kind of aim and operate. But anyways, that right there is going to complete my tutorial for the deployed version of the M119 Howitzer. Hopefully you guys do enjoy this tutorial and are able to put it to good use. If you do end up using this build, I do ask you guys give me proper credit for it. This being from a on the build, link to my channel or this video if this does appear on social media sites. As long as you guys give me proper credit for it, you're free for projects you guys are working on. Overall, enjoy the build, have fun with it, and all that fun stuff. With that though, thank you guys again so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This has been Garrett 2x4, and I'll see you guys next time.